Then, the pair decided to split up for some reason. Sergei returned to camp the next morning to find that Francis hadn't arrived yet. Filled with concern, he set out again, armed with the necessary supplies of oxygen and medicine. At the time, Ian Woodhull and his beloved Kathy O'Dowd, also on their way to the top of Mount Everest, were only 350 meters away from the final point. Suddenly, they saw someone's body in the snow. It was a half-conscious Francis. She was on the verge of death due to oxygen deprivation and frostbite. The woman was wearing only a thermal suit, and the rest of her clothes were scattered around. The thing is that in the last stages of frostbite, you start to feel like you're extremely hot and become so desperate that you might just rip off everything. At that moment, the couple realized that their expedition, which they had been preparing for years, looking for money from sponsors, was over. Kathy began to hug the frozen body to her to keep it warm, and Ian removed the hair from the victim's face and recognized Fancy. Her plan for Everest had been in the newspapers, so he immediately realized whose fate was in their hands. Ian tried to dress her, but Francis's muscles had atrophied. She was like a doll made of cloth. Her arms and legs simply wouldn't bend. Francis kept mumbling, "I'm an American, please don't leave me." To get her dressed took 2 hours. Ian tried to pick up and carry the woman, but it was useless. Moving in such high snow was like trying to run underwater. Then, the man realized this venture was becoming dangerous for them, especially for his partner, Kathy. The couple could not do anything, so they decided to return to the camp for help. They took one last look at Francis. She looked like a real sleeping beauty. Back at the base, Ian tried to contact everyone he could, but no rescue expedition dared to go up that altitude because the weather was quite bad. Sergei, who went to rescue his wife, disappeared without a trace. Later, the climbers found his ice axe in the snow, and only a year later, they found the climber's body. Sergei had apparently fallen from a height and died while searching for his wife. Ian recalls that not a day passed when he didn't think about Francis. A year later, he and Kathy made another attempt to reach the top, and they succeeded. But on the way back, the couple was horrified to see the climber's body again.